Gentlemen, and welcome to the 1999 Pigskin Classic. Tonight's contest is between the Corbin High School Red Hounds and the Connor High School Cougars out of Northern Kentucky. The Cougars are coming in tonight's action with a slim win last week of 6 points, I believe. Yes, and then the Red Hounds are coming in to tonight's action after a big win in Danville, Kentucky last week in the Constitution Bowl, where they took on Garrett County and defeated them rather handily in the second half. Good evening again. My name is Philip Russell. Chandler Cook will be all of our color on the play-by-play. Mr. Daniel Junker is our cameraman this evening. And again, this is the Pigskin Classic, the 1999 version, and the last classic of the millennium, as Steve Jewell is looking for his second victory, his first victory as head coach of the Red Hounds in the Pigskin Classic. Chandler?
Good evening, Phil. Good evening, Red Hound fans. Welcome to another Friday night of Red Hound football here in Corbin, Kentucky. And as Daniel pans the screen, you can see the spirit line set up for the Red Hounds to run through here for the opening of the game. Phil, I see across the way, the captains tonight look like number 32, John Sizemore, number 65, Jeremy Hart, number 40, Mike Neal, and number 2, Scott Cook. The four captains tonight for the Red Hounds. Phil, I feel good. We're going to play a big team. We're going to see how we're going to line up against a big team. We go out at 48 minutes against a large squad. Big. We don't know how fast they are or how quick they are, but they're big.
But I tell you what, it's almost playoff action here, as I've got goosebumps standing on my arms right now, because it's in the jungle, is playing over the loudspeakers. Fat Cat Sounds are supplying again the sound system for tonight's Pigskin Classic. The field is painted with Cumberland Falls Pigskin Classic. This year there are paw prints in the end zone. And I'll tell you what, Chandler, I feel like it's the first round of the playoffs instead of the second game in August and evening and early summer.
Great spirit tonight, Phil. Good crowd on hand for the second ball game here tonight. The first ball game won by Henry Clay over Fern Creek.
Henry Clay took the Fern Creek Tigers 46-13, and I'm impressed with the Blue Devils of Henry Clay. They are a big, strong, fast football team, and really I'm impressed with our scrimmage with them we had about 3 weeks ago here at Campbell Field. We played in a scrimmage that same Henry Clay football team, and did a great job with them, toe-to-toe, matter of fact.
Yes, we did. We held our own against that club.
Well, we're facing the Cougars of Connor High School. They come in, head coach is Tom Steelman. They're coming off of a 1998 record of 3-7, and they're from a pretty good 3AA conference where they're in the likes of Highlands, Dixie, Cove, Cath, Holmes,
Ryle.
Connor, yes, Ryle. Not a bad AAA ball club district. And of course, the Red Hounds are in a new district this year, and we'll again be talking more about that. The Red Hounds district will consist of Casey, Taylor, Russell, Greene, and Wayne County. We'll be traveling on the road to new places and see new faces this year. Again, you can see the spirit line lined up. The captains are in the middle of the field, and tonight a very, very special man is flipping the coin toss, Mr. Charlie Baker. Mr. Red Hound, Chandler.
Mr. Red Hound Charlie Baker gives it a flip, and we'll see who Gary Harris indicates that Corbin has won the toss.
As Charlie Baker is the honorary coin toss gentleman this evening in the middle of the field. You can see him right there. Charlie, I tell you what, he does all he can for all of the Red Hound athletics from a male and female perspective in Corbin High School. He watches everything from the middle school to the high school varsity programs, male and female. And I'll tell you, it's just an honor to have Charlie Baker as a part of our Red Hound support group.
It certainly is, Philip, and we appreciate everything Charlie Baker has done through the years. I don't know that Charlie fully understands all the people that appreciate him around Red Hound country.
Again, as the Red Hounds get ready to run through this huge spirit line, running from goal line to the 50-yard line, the fans are absolutely on their feet here in the Pigskin Classic this evening, as the starting lineups now for the, first of all, for the visiting team will be Connor High School, and we'll pick those up as they'll be introducing the defensive.
Justin Beck, who's a senior, 5'10", 160 pounds. Starting at safety, number 12,
Jeremiah Giron is the safety, number 12. He's also the starting quarterback. The outside linebacker will be number 21. He's a junior, Aaron Marcus. Also starting outside linebacker will be number 11 for Connor High School. Number 11 is Roberts. And the D-line comes out now, big number 54. And I want to excuse me, but we don't have a numerical order right here, so we got to kind of look through. As Hatfield now is introduced, also a D lineman. And Watkins, big number 73, comes out on the field. Big number 74, Hillenbrand, will be starting at this forward. Big number 82. Now this is the young man you need to watch tonight, Chandler. He's also a wide out. Stuber is 6'5", 220 pounds, and plays tight end. Got great hands.
He also is sack leader, I believe, on the defensive squad.
Okay. Also was coming out the rest of the Cougars. And now as we introduce the Red Hounds, Chandler, take it away as I believe they're going to introduce the offensive unit.
It's the offense?
I believe so. We'll have to wait and see.
Let's introduce your Corbin Red Hounds.
As the sound comes through.
Quarterback number 12, B.J. Foley. Adam Mills at a wide receiver, number 10. At running back, number 22, Stephen Cook. At fullback, number 32, John Sizemore. At fullback, number 46, Levi Skeen. At guard, number 50, Hank Sima. At a tackle, number 62, Matt Williams. Number 69, Kenneth Miller. Right guard, 76, Stephen Johnson. Head coach Steve Jewell and his staff been working hard this week, trying to prepare these Red Hounds for tonight's game against the Connor Cougars from Northern Kentucky.
Connor likes to run a type of an offense that kind of looks like what the Red Hounds ran last year. It's the run and shoot, the one-back offensive look. Of course, the Red Hounds have reverted back to the wishbone. They'll run the wing tee. They'll run on defense. They'll run the multiple 40 defense. And let's take a moment now as our invocation is being offered now by Mr. Jeff Moran, to be followed by our national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take this moment.
Dear Father God, we just want to take a few minutes to pause and to thank you and glorify you. And thank you for this opportunity for these athletes to gather together and to compete, Father. And I just pray as they compete that you would keep them free from injury, that you would help them to exemplify Jesus Christ on the field. I pray that you'd help us as the fans to have good sportsmanship and to cheer them on in a way that would glorify you. Continue to watch over us, and thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross so that we might have forgiveness of our sins and have an eternal life with you. It's in your holy name I pray. Amen.
And now Miss Angel Farmer will sing our national anthem.
I believe Angel's located on the 5-yard line to the side, I believe.
This is St. Paul's spot. And now presenting Miss Angel Farmer, who will sing our national anthem.
Oh, sing, can you sing?
This Angel Farmer, a graduate of Corbin High School of a couple of years ago, and I tell you, the young lady has gotten even better as fireworks are going off here in Corbin Way, KY, at Campbell Field as the sound comes up. And it's fireworks going to be happening in just a few moments as the Red Hounds and the Cougars take action in the 1999 Pigskin Classic. And I'll tell you what, it is a playoff atmosphere at Campbell Field. The PA system is blaring as he could go all the way. And we're hoping tonight, Chandler, these Red Hounds are able to go all the way.
You're exactly right, Phil. The Hounds got to come out and establish a running game here and mix a pass in. Keep Connor off their feet a little bit. Move the ball.
Going back deep for the Red Hounds in this triple threat situation. Dotting that I will be number 22, Stephen Cook. On his right side, number 30. Looks like
that's 83,
that's 83, Bram Hoover. And number 40, okay, the speedster Mike Neal, the junior 5'9", 200-pound running back who has had some knee problems, but he's back and looked pretty good tonight in warm-ups, able to make some cuts. Kicking off for Connor will be number 15. And it is Hoover taking it back on his 2-yard line. He's around the right side, falls behind that line, has a wall set up. He breaks 2-3 tackles across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line, and Bram Hoover showing a little speed there as he comes around the right side. The wall was set up perfect.
You notice they kicking away from Mike Neal and Stephen Cook.
I don't know if they want to kick it away from Bram anymore. That's
Bram had a good return last week.
Yes, he did.
Somewhere around 45, 46-yard line he had a return on last week.
It will be sophomore quarterback B.J. Foley, 6'1", 190 pounds, will be anchoring the offense at quarterback position. Levi Skeen with on the I, Stephen Cook. It is Sizemore lining up in the tight end slot. In motion is Mills. And quick pitch to Cook, has a cut,
make a cut,
makes a cut up to the 40, the 45, showing that great leg speed right there. And young people watching this game tonight, I want you to notice Stephen on that leg drive right there and did not go down on that first lick.
Right. And also, Phil, we cheated a man in on motion. He walled off the linebacker, pitched the wide side, and gave us a good room to cut. And also, I don't know if Jonathan was doing this on purpose, but I think he might have been to pull the defense off a little bit. He went to tight end. He walked up from the fullback position.
We're in the trips formation now. It's Scott Cook, Stephen Cook, and Mills. And here's a quick screen to Cook, and Cook is not going to make it as the block was missed. He was going to get about 3 yards on the carry, but that's a quick screen.
You got to get a kick out from the inside and a kick in from the outside.
Bennington now comes in along with Levi Skeen. Foley gets his play from Steve Jewell. Of course, the offensive coordinator this year for the Red Hounds is Willard Ferris. Of course, that name is well known in football areas in the Red Hound circles. It'll again be Sizemore now set up in the slot with Mills in the wide, Skeen and Cook. Here's a quick pitch again with Hank Simon leading the way. He's missed the block. Simon looked like if he could pick up on the big number 56 right there, who looked like possibly could have been his man, but was unable to get to him, and that young man was able to bring him down.
Right. Now, first on, you'll notice too, number 12 came from his safety spot, and he was making a play on him too. Now, that's the quarterback.
They're a big football team, Connor is. Making that stop then was Rob Stewart. He's a senior, 6'1", 230-pound outside linebacker. Big young man. Offsides.
Oh, that might have been Connor. Now, the flag was from this side, so it could have been defense. No, I see the field judge threw one too.
Yes, it was.
That should give us a first down.
That will be a first down, as that time the big defensive end, or again, it was the outside linebacker, Stewart, who jumped across. One thing about Connor High School, they're very deep and they're very senior-oriented. Of course, the Red Hounds we know all about as a young football team, but we're not going to harp on that anymore, and I promised I'm not going to talk about that anymore this year. They're the Red Hounds now. I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the play on the field, not their youth. All right,
here we go.
Again, it's the wide out with the slot to the top of your screen. Split backfield, Skeen and Cook. And Cook's the workhorse on this as he barrels across the 40 into Connor territory down to about the 37-yard line.
So far, we've not blocked number 12 yet. He's made a dive at us, 2 or 3 times and tripped us up.
And let me give you a little history on number 12. Number 12 could be a tired young man before he ever gets in and takes over the quarterback position. That's Jeremiah Gurin. He's 6 foot, 165 pounds. He is the safety, but he's also the starting quarterback on offense.
Yeah, also, we're attacking the corners.
Yes, we are.
We're attacking the corners. If we get a wall off on that safety now, we're going to be off to the races here, Phil.
It's 2nd down and 8 now. The Red Hounds with the wide out to the left of your screen. That is Mills now in motion. Quick pitch again to Stephen Cook. He cuts back behind. Reads against the grain that time, and I'm able to get possibly maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of about a half a yard. We'll have to wait on the spot. It's 9-17 here in the first period of play. As coming up slow on the field is number 69 for the Red Hounds, and 69 is Kenneth Miller. Of course, we already have lost for the season the big junior 6'3", 250-pound tackle Nathan Nance. He has had knee surgery. He's gone this season. And the Red Hounds are thin in that offensive line, so we can't afford to lose too many.
No, we certainly can't.
As coming in now is Bram Hoover. Well, I know, though, that he's not coming in as a lineman. Here he comes. It's Mark Jackson, a junior, 5'9", 220-pound tackle.
Okay, Phil, at that time it looked like Connor had a stunt on to slant to this side, so they got a step on the outside man that helped cut us in that time.
It's 3rd down and 8 after that loss of 1 yard. The ball's resting on the 38-yard line of Connor. Again, there's that wing back. Foley's back to throw his first time out here to Sizemore. Sizemore's got some running room as he goes down the right side. Be knocked out of bounds close to the first down. He will have the first down as he goes across the 30 of Connor down to about the 28-yard line. First down, Red Hounds. And John Sizemore not showing any problems of that ankle injury he suffered last week.
Okay, Phil, we picked up 3 first downs on this drive.
It had been Stephen Cook, the workhorse, in those first 2 first downs. And now Sizemore on that little quick rollout pass over to the top of your screen. Foley gets his play now. It's 8 minutes and 42 seconds here in the first period of play. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 1999 Pigskin Classic. It's the Connor Cougars out of Northern Kentucky and the Red Hounds of Corbin High School. Power eye backfield. Here's Neal, Will, good job of keeping your feet moving.
Right, he could have been down at the line of scrimmage, but he made the cut and picked up about 2 yards there, Phil.
Miller is back in now at his defense or offensive line position, as he's was not going to be out for too long. It's Stephen Cook now and Bram Hoover checking back in with Skeen, Pennington, and Neal out. Foley gets his play from Coach Jewell. It looks like a wing. No, double tight end. We got a tight end to the left. Cook in motion. Trips to the right.
We're going to Sizemore on this quick pass.
Oh, he didn't see it. You got to look, and it was there.
Okay, it was there because
yes,
everybody came to this side, to our side, to cover Stephen Cook. And I think we threw it just a little quick.
A little too quick.
Because he had a bow in it, and when he came back to the middle.
Oh, it was open. It was wide open, as you could tell on your screen. It's now 3rd down and 8. Ball resting just on the 25-yard line of Connor. It's again Pennington and Skeen in as Scott Cook and Bram Hoover's out. Formation now will be split backfield with a slot wide out to the top of your screen. Quick pitch, Stephen Cook. He cuts a beautiful block that time. It could be all the... No, down to the 1. We've got the fumble. We have to wait and see. Fumble on the play, and Connor High School has recovered the ball on the 1-foot line. It looked like Stephen Cook had a touchdown, or it's not down to the 1-foot line, and he fumbled the ball just at the last moment. Connor will take over after a break and a half here early at the 7:44 mark. No, they moved it out now to about the 3, I can't tell from this distance right here, about, let's say, the 2-yard line. So Connor dodges a bullet right here at the 7:44 after a great run by Stephen Cook. And Connor now will come to the line of scrimmage with Jeremiah Gurin at the quarterback position. And like I said, the run and shoot flags on the play. He'll cut it up the middle, dropped after a gain of about 2.
Draw.
But it looks like a procedure penalty may be charged. Yes, it is. Charged against Connor that time, so half the distance to the goal line. It depends on how many yards he got on that.
They're on the 1 yard line. So
okay, it's the 1. Well, you go back to the half the distance, be the half. So it's a.
Now, if this wasn't a dead ball, they can decline this. But I would think you'd want to get him back in the hole as much as you can.
Well, he is. He's moved it now between the 1 and the goal line. So it'll bring up now again first down. Now we've got the microphone referee this evening, so we'll let him do all the talking when it comes to the penalty-wise. Lined up behind Gurin is big number 22, Bo Wilson. 6 foot, 250 pounds, and they've done it again. There's the flag again, so we're going to move them back now. I know you can't go past the goal line because it's, so.
You can penalize for a score.
You can.
Yes, you can.
So if they get motion, well.
Now, you notice the quarterback, he's run that out. He ran it, pulled it, tucked it, right up the middle again.
Okay. Explain that to me now. Well, we'll get to it here in just a minute, okay, on that penalty. Gurin now again, it's first down, and I guess we call it 11. Hangs off to the big tailback. There he is, big number 22, Bo Wilson. Like I said before, he's a senior, 6 foot, 250 pounds, and he's a load to bring down.
Well, I'll tell you now, one-on-one field, straight ahead, we're gonna have a problem here if they run it at us straight ahead all night long, because we're just not sized, we're just not built the same way they are. So we're gonna have to make some adjustments here with some stunts on defense to counteract that.
Daly on the stop that time. 2nd down and 6 now here up the middle. And again, it's 22 carrying the football. Bo Wilson.
Got to lock up.
Got to lock up, and that's a first down for Connor. And like we said, 6 foot, 250 pounds. He's a load, and he's also got some quick feet on him. Of course, Connor is not a small football team. Connor does return 14 Letterman. They return 18, and 14 of them are starters. Listen to this. The Redhounds return 8 returning and only 2 starters. So
come on, defense.
Pick
it up here. Pick it up here.
The defense looked great last week at Garrett. There's a good stick
Randy
right
Cord
there.
on a stick.
Redhounds, Randy Cord. Of course, the Redhounds last week, we recall against Garrett County, really in the first half of play, were really trying to get their feet underneath them and really never broke. They bent quite a few times, but never broke. And it kind of reminds me of the start of tonight's contest, too, that Connor is beginning.
Every play has been between the tackles.
Absolutely.
So last play, Stephen Johnson was in on that tackle too, Philip.
And he's a sack.
There we go.
Absolutely. Reading it, time was Hank Sima. And Gurin is
good job.
Nowhere.
Who's on the bottom? Stephen Johnson. Good job, defense. 3rd and 8 here.
Listen to this offensive tackle. He's 6 foot, 275. That's Hillenbrand. We find the other tackle here in just a moment for you.
Now, look at these wide receivers. You got 86 on the far side and 82 here. Both of them over 6'4".
And they run the run and shoot. The first passing
situation. Come on, you got to cover.
Almost interception reading. Well, that time, I tell you what now,
get a hand on
John Sizemore from his defensive linebacker's position dropped in that neutral zone, did a good job. It'll bring up now 4th down, so the Redhounds defense have stepped it up. It will be going back deep now. Bram Hoover and Adam Mills are the twins for the punt return. And there's a bad snap. Stephen Cook has redeemed himself. And
wait a minute. No, they didn't call us safety. We got the ball down where we fumbled it.
Yes, we did. And Stephen, you know what it was? Stephen Cook just redeemed himself because what he did, he wrapped up. We get the ball where he fumbled it at. We'll disregard all of what the Connor just then did and just extend us going in from the 1 yard line.
Now, right here, get yourselves in the huddle. Make your play call. Make sure everybody knows what it's on. and deliver a knockout punch into the end zone.
Well, I can tell you this right now with Coach Ferris's offense, he likes to run that wishbone style, which is a power. Here's Pigs right. That is both held. Here it is, and Stephen
Get in there.
Touchdown.
All right, baby.
And the Red Hounds go on top at 5 minutes and 12 seconds here in the first period of play. And it was Sizemore bulling his way in behind the pig formation. And yes,
that was 22, wasn't it?
They said Sizemore.
Stephen was on the back. They usually have Sizemore as one of the ones up on the pig.
On the pig, right.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the swinging gate extra point formation. All right, you got all the linemen up to the top of your screen, and they're not going to fall for it, so here comes the offensive lineman over. They'll reset now in the standard formation of extra point. B.J. Foley is...
Everybody gets set here.
And it's Scott Cook on the hold. Snap is butt down, and good AP.
All
Beautiful
right.
kick. B.J. Foley just kicks it out of the stadium. And so with 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first period of play, the Red Hounds are on top 7-0 in the Pigskin Classic of 1999.
Central Automotive, Marshall Engines. Thinking about replacing? Don't replace it. Repower it. An engine sale is going on now at Central Automotive. For a limited time, save on these popular remanufactured engines. A Chevy 350 1969 through 85 2-bolt main is just $729. 4-bolt just $799. A Ford 302 69 through 86 just $799. A Chrysler 2.2 liter 81 through 92 is only $999. Amazing prices, and all these engines come with the outstanding 36 50,000 mile Marshall Engines warranty. Financing is available to qualified buyers for as little as $29 per month. Don't be left on the side of the road. This sale ends soon. Stop in at Central Automotive on the Falls Highway at the new Corbin Bypass, your Marshall Engine headquarters.
So the Red Hounds at 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first period of play have gone in for the touchdown. It is now kicking off Foley. Foley is a squib kick, end over end, taking and up about the 20-yard line.
Cover in the lane.
And running the football that time is big number 2, Matt Boats. Boats is a reserve backup tailback. He's 5'10", 185. And now the Cougars will take over for their second possession here in the first period of play. A lot better field position than they did on the first possession on their own 36-yard line.
On 1-yard line.
Second possession here on the 36. Right. First possession, yes, on the 1. So the defense of the Red Hounds did a good job in that first possession. Let's see what Guerin saw from, or his coaches have seen, and see what the Red Hounds defense can do this second drive. Guerin under center has, again, the big tailback.
Option. Oh, where's
the option? And coming up, still making the good job that time was number 65 of the Red Hounds, Jeremy Hart. Just put a lick on Guerin.
On that option, we got a linebacker assigned to that pitch man, and he wasn't there. The man that had the quarterback, he took him down.
Yes, he did. And that was Jeremy Hart. Big Bo Wilson was on the carry that time.
Too much first down, Phil. Too much ground on first down. Picked
up 5 yards on that first down. It'll bring up now 2nd down and 5 for the Cougars. Ball resting on the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw. No, he's going to keep it.
Get outside.
And coming up, Snow. Able to go down the sideline that time. Knocked out of bounds for a first down. It looked like Steely might have had a shot at him. Then it looked like possibly like Cook might have a shot at him for even a loss possibly. And he's able to turn those jets on. Of course, Gorin is 6 foot, 165 pounds. And now showing that great foot speed as he cuts it here on the right side, the bottom of your screen.
He's an athlete. They moved him from halfback, I think, from last year to quarterback field so they could keep him on the field all the time.
Well, they also got him at free safety.
We missed him 8 yards deep in the backfield.
I'm wondering if he drove the bus here too, because the thing about it is he stays on the field the whole time, offense and defense and special team wise. So he has to be a very conditioned athlete. Here's Wilson again as he goes through into Red Hound territory. Going to be stopped just short of a first down. Picks up about 7 yards on the carry.
Come on, Hounds, let's go now.
The Red Hounds 42-yard line. 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first period. Red Hounds are on top, 7-0.
Mainly tackle to tackle team. Just been outside one time here when the quarterback ran on a pass play.
Was on that defensive front line. We'll give those names to you as Chandler's able to pick them up later as the game goes on.
Levi Skeen, Stephen Johnson, Jeremy Hart. Quick pass. Oh, goodness.
Quarterback draw. There's
Lock
Gurren.
up.
He's going to down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line of the Red Hounds. Looks again like we got some shots at him, but just could not lock up on the big quarterback.
Tackled by number 2, Scott Cook, and number 22, Stephen Cook.
So the Cook brothers are teaming up on that stop that time. It is now 1st and 10 for Connor.
Moving the football on us this time. Come on, defense. Now we're getting a little.
Ball resting on the 26-yard line. 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the first period. Red Hounds on top, 7-0.
Losing a little intensity right here. We got to pick it up.
1st and 10 on the 26 of the Red Hounds. Gurren now under center. Hands it off here to the big full tailback. There's Wilson. Wilson down inside the 20, close to the 17-yard line.
See, 83, Bram Hoover. 27, Jason Steely in on the tackle.
And now the offensive line for Connor High School, which outweighs us and by also out
you and me and everybody else.
Yes, they do. Also, they're a senior offensive line. They're beginning to open up some great holes for Wilson and Gurren. Wilson, of course, is 22. He's a big tailback. They got him listed at fullback, but he lines up at tailback slot. Now it's the split backfield, wide out to the top of your screen. And it's Wilson again, as he'll go in for a first down to about the 11-yard line.
Stephen Cook on the tackle. Oh, we're picking that down. Tackle to tackle.
So on the second drive, the first period of play, Connor, the Cougars, are having a little bit more at ease in driving the football. Once again, as Chandler said, between tackle and tackle, the run behind those 250, 260-pound tackles that Connor has.
See, we're normally a 4-man front. We bring a rover up on this tight end side or wing side. You see our rover up on the line of scrimmage now.
They try to the opposite side, and Boots will be carrying the ball that time.
Better.
For Connor, that's number 2, Matt Boots. He's a junior, 5'10", 185-pounder.
See Sizemore. I see Jason Steely over there, and Jeremy Hart.
You know, I'm noticing they've had quite a bit of luck running to the right side on this drive. That time they tried it to the left and only was able to pick up just about a half a yard. So that time the Red Hounds able to.
Ball's on about the 10 or 9-yard line.
Looks like it's rested just inside 9. The 10. It has to be just this past. They can get a first down and not a touchdown.
Here it is.
Back to throw the draw, and he reached down the line. He's down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
Well, it wasn't open up the middle that time, so he tried to come around the outside, and we had a little chance to recover.
Well, the Red Hounds did a good job.
About 2 yards.
Cook staying at home that time, doing a good job from his defensive position. Of course, again, there's Sima, as you can see on your screen. The linebackers are Sizemore.
Sizemore and Cord in the middle.
Cord.
Here we go, tackle to tackle again. I'll ride that boy down there, boys. Come on now. Put a saddle on that kid.
That should bring up a 4th down call now, as they did not get enough for the first down. This is 4-down territory now, as they've made it just inside the 5-yard line to the.
We've been in this position last week.
Yes, we were. Yes, we were. It is 4th down and 2 yards. Let's put it this way: 4th and 2 for a first down, 4th and 3 for a touchdown.
I believe Connor's going to take a timeout.
And I believe they saw enough right now. This is the first big call they were going to take, and so, yes, they are going to take a timeout. Or no, what they're going to do is let the clock run down for the first period of play and not be charged. So a good heads-up call. So after 1 period of play, it's the Red Hounds 7, the Cougars of Connor High School 0.
Union Planters Bank has a variety of banking services available to help you with whatever you need. They can help you with car loans, 30-year mortgage loans, commercial loans, free checking, and the Golden Passport Club for our 55 and older customers. They also have the home equity line of credit available. Stop by Union Planters Bank and talk with them about your banking needs. Hometown friends helping hometown needs. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
We'd like to mention to you, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 5th anniversary of the Cumberland Falls Pigskin Classic. From its beginning, it's been envisioned that the Classic would become one of the premier bowl games in Kentucky and the Southeast region, and it has risen to its heights to make this vision a reality. Such teams as Murfreesboro Riverdale, Cincinnati Moeller, Louisville Male have helped make the Cumberland Falls Pigskin Classic a magnificent prelude to each season. The Classic sponsor, the Red Hound Varsity Club, is an organization unique in its drive to promote athletics and academics, not only for the future but for the past, by instituting the Hall of Fame of its past high school athletes and supporters. Over the past 12 years, Chandler, I want you to listen to this. This group, the Varsity Club, has raised over $1 million for the Corbin Independent District.
Fantastic, Phil.
We want to extend our thanks and appreciation for supporting the Classic year after year by covering this talented young men and coaches, and hope you, the fans, and the public will continue to attend every Classic. Once again, thank you, and if you need assistance of wanting to become in the Red Hound Varsity Club or be a part of this Red Hound Classic, see any of the Red Hound Varsity Club members. Again, Chandler, the first period, the Red Hounds 7. It's a Connor Cougars 0. 12 minutes to go here in the second period of play. It is 3rd down and 2 for a first down. No, excuse me. Yes, 3rd and 2 for a first down, 3rd and 3 for a touchdown. Red Hounds' backs are bent. Can they break? We'll have to wait and see. Connor now comes to the line of scrimmage, lined up in a I formation, wide out to the bottom of your screen.
Step up here.
Going under center. Has it to the big boy, and he is going to be close to a first down. And it's going to have to be a spot here by a left foot or a right spot. Bram Hoover looks over and says he don't think he's got it. We'll wait and see. They're going to bring the chains over. So this is the second big test for the Red Hounds early in this ball game in the second period. It's 11 minutes and 55 seconds here in the second period, and the tail of the tape will tell this story now as the camera will zoom in, as you can tell on your screen now, and it will be the Red Hounds have held.
We held them.
The Red Hounds have held. They did not win by the nose of a football. The Red Hounds have stopped again the Cougars of Connor High School, and it was Big Bo Wilson, their money carrier, who had really got them down in this position, that was stopped by the interior of the defensive line.
Great play, interior line play at Red Hound defense.
Now the Red Hounds need to deepen their own field position, have to surmount a drive. It's 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Of course, with the offensive scheme this year, the best defense for the Red Hounds is their offense, Chandler, and a lot of running type offenses with their pro and full house backfields. And timeout, Red Hounds, because we had a discrepancy in some players on the field. So with this timeout, we'll return to our sponsors.
Davis Salvage, one of Southeast Kentucky's auto parts recyclers. Looking for a part for your late model car or truck, foreign or domestic? Check with Davis Salvage first. They have a nationwide computerized locating service to help you find the parts you need at a fraction of the cost. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Just 4 miles south of Corbin on the Falls Highway. Go visit Big Harold Davis at Davis Salvage. MasterCard and Visa accepted.
And again, the Red Hounds have dodged a bullet. It's 11:55 here in the second period to play. On the nose of the football, they kept Big Bo Wilson from getting a first down. It was 4 down territory. They had to go 2 for a first, 3 for a touchdown. He went 1 yard or 1 foot too short for the first down. So the Red Hounds offense now will take over with the shadow of the goalpost in their back on about the 1.5 yard line. The Red Hounds will have it in the full house backfield. Yeah, we've seen this out of Coach Ferris's formations over the years. And here is back to pass. Wide open down the field is Adam Mills. Comes up.
Catch.
Oh, no. I think the
great call.
Great call that time, as Adam Mills had his man beat. He was in the full house backfield, and he released from the backside and was wide open, just unable to hang on to the football.
I like that timeout call too, Phil, because we were on defense, just made a big play. Looked like we ran one man out too many. We ran him back in. They want to make sure we didn't get a penalty.
That's absolutely. Let's get all hands on the same sheet of music. Red Hounds come to the line of scrimmage now. It is a quick pitch out here to Neal. Neal, get out of the end zone. Safety. Yes, it is. Mike Neal has tackled in the end zone on the quick pitch, could not get out of the end zone, and the Connor Cougars have scored 2 points on a safety at 11 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the second period of play. It will be now a free kick for the Red Hounds, and while that takes place, let's go to one of our sponsors.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company of Corbin, a major contributor to the lives and well-being of our children and community for over 59 years. Giving you Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up products for the entire family to enjoy. Thank you, Pepsi-Cola Bottling of Corbin.
So the Cougars of Connor High School do get on the scoreboard as a safety. Mike Neal tackled on the quick pitch around the bottom of your screen. You can tell coming to the bottom of your screen, which is the right side of the offense coming out, and was stopped. So it will be a free kick now the Red Hounds will have. It'll probably be Scott Cook punting the football away. There's a young man there, as Coach Jewell said, possibly, or said in one of the news articles I read this past week, could have been the MVP of last week's Garrett County game, because after his first kick it wasn't too hot, but every kick after that he kept Garrett County deep and kept pushing them back. So Scott Cook is one of those seniors on this football team that wants to contribute some way, and he's picked up the punting chores for the Red Hounds. So he'll be punting the ball away. He cannot cross the 20-yard line as he releases, and he gets the ball high end-o-end, wobbly kick going over to the side, and it's passed. That ball is live, and it's coming over here and picked up. We had a breakdown, and
down. Oh, he touched the knee down.
Absolutely. We've got a host of Red Hounds trying to bring down big number 20. We'll pick that number up, or that name, quickly as possible. That's Jason Harris, a 5'7", 150-pound tailback. And it looked like a Chinese fire drill almost on that one, Chandler.
Sure
he
did.
went to the left, back to the right, back to the left again, and couldn't make his mind up.
So Connor takes over on their own 43-yard line, Phil. So if you kick off, we gave him to the 35 the first time after we scored. Now it's up on the 43.
Third possession now for Connor. Red Hounds have held them out on offensively. Picks back to Wilson. Wilson best.
Oh, yeah.
Right side.
Tough,
Next
baby.
time he's met by a host of Red Hounds.
Right.
You can pick up those
9
numbers.
players. 10 of them. I don't know if I can get them all.
So we can pick
Let's
them
see.
up.
Jason Steele, Stephen Johnson, Stephen Cook, Jeremy Hart, John Sizemore,
And
Sima, Randy Cord.
There's one thing I've noticed about these Red Hounds, Chandler, that has really impressed me, that they're going to step up and smack you in the mouth every time they get a shot.
Yeah, buddy. You need to do that.
And that time they did on the left side, and the Red Hounds now have stopped them for no gain. It's 2nd and 10 now. Wilson dots the I, hands off to the first man. That's the fullback. That ball looked like it was there. There's a host of Red Hounds again. Let's count 9 of them. 9 Red Hounds on the stop. I think they got a little bit
Johnson,
of an attitude adjustment, maybe.
John Sizemore.
As the Red Hounds are flying to the football.
Jeremy Hart.
Of course, in that first couple of series, we're doing a little bit of arm tackling and not grasping. Here in this third series, though, I think they may have had a little revival talk to the defensive unit on the sideline.
Yep.
Now you're seeing 8 and 9 red jerseys all together at the...
I don't know if they're an option team, but they look like they're trying to set it up. Okay,
back to
stay
throw.
on, stay on.
Downfield has a man here to the bottom of the screen. There he is, number 3. And that receiver is Dustin Deck.
Little deep on the cushion. Little deep on the cushion.
So Connor comes out, gets a first down.
We had 2 men out here covering, one behind him, one coming from the linebacker's position.
It's 10 minutes and 13 seconds here in the second period. The Red Hounds 7, Connor 2.
You know as well as I do, we pick that pass off,
we're gone.
We're gone. We're going to go celebrate in the end zone.
We can't give Gurin that much time, though, to throw the football. Wilson dots the I. Wide receivers right and left.
Okay, here comes
play action.
Come on, Hank, get off your ball.
Throw, and just out of the reach. Good coverage, but that time we had some.
Right, had Hank and
Sizemore
back there.
John Sizemore and Hank Aaron Sima was putting some pressure on Gurin. That goes to show you, the young man, if you put pressure on him and you get him running out of the pocket where he feels that pressure, he threw it just a little bit too short that time.
Well, we're out there in coverage on our zone defense.
Coverage was good that time. It's second down and 10 now. 9:52 to go here in the second period of play. As the coaching staff from Connor up next to us hollers, hurry up, get it. There's Wilson, quick pitch to the right side. Sizemore doing a great job. Got a lot
cut him in. Got a field from the inside.
John did a good job from the outside of turning him in. Had to play on him. Just could not wrap those paws around that big tailback. All 6 foot, 250 pounds. But Sizemore doing a good job turning it inside to allow more help.
But you got to get your help from the inside. As free safety, that's outside linebacker or inside linebacker from the opposite side. You got to come and help. You got to feel that.
Checking in now is a young man that was elusive on that kickoff was Jason Harris. He's back in now, going to be lined up at one of the wideouts to the top of your screen. Or actually a wing in motion.
Come on,
quick pitch outside Wilson. Wilson is not going to get the first down. He's going to be close. He'll bring up again 4th down in a decision. This time on about the 32-yard line. 4th and 1 it looks like. They're going to measure, and we've got a young man down on the far side. If we can pick that number up right now as the trainers comes out to check. That's where it looks like Sizemore possibly. I hope it's not, but it may be. John, I'm not going to speculate.
Well, he's the only one that has his socks up that high.
Yes, he does. That's what I was looking at. Look at those pair of tree trunks he calls legs also. It looks like Sizemore down on the ground. I don't know if our camera angle can pick up where they're working on him at as the chains are stretched. And it will be 4th down by the nose of the football. Do you try to go here with 4th and about half a length of the football? The ball will be on the 36-yard line of Corbin.
8:57 left.
8:57 in the second period.
Score Corbin on top by 7-2.
It is Sizemore down. He's kicking his legs like it may be his shoulder area that he's having some problem with.
Okay, Phil, need your car wash, need your oil change. Bell's 10-minute lube and car wash at 1240 Cumberland Falls Road in Corbin is the place to take your car. And if you don't have the time to take it to them, they'll pick it up and deliver it back to you quickly and safely. The Bells are also pleased to announce that they have complete mechanical services available with ASC certified mechanic on duty with transmission specialist to computer diagnostics for your car. No job is too large or too small. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visa and MasterCard accepted.
It was John Sizemore, the big junior outside linebacker and running back and receiver. I mean, he does a lot for these Red Hounds as he's helped off the field. Hopefully it's not a serious injury.
So Aaron Sams checks in at that position, Phil. Number 30, Aaron Sams.
They're going for it here. 4th down, quarterback sneak. He's got it. During that time, we'll go over his big center for the 1st down to keep the drive alive.
I can't see across the field to see what they're working on Sizemore for, can you?
I can't see. They've got him behind the players who are all standing up on the sideline. He's back behind working. But we'll be finding out here pretty soon. We'll send somebody over, or we'll find out at halftime for you.
Go, Hounds. Let's go now.
Yeah, Cougars down that I formation. Has a wide out to the left, to the bottom of your screen. Hands it off to Wilson. Wilson is not going to pick up about 1 or 2 yards.
Get him stood up there. Let's put a hit on him.
That time it coming off the bottom of the pile, could not tell. Yes, it is.
Stephen Johnson.
Stephen Johnson, big, an old number 76 there. Let me give you a little fact on Stephen Johnson. Stephen Johnson is a senior, 5'8", 201 pounds, and he don't know he's 5'8". He thinks he's 6 foot, because the young man he's going up against right now is a 6'1", 250-pound tackle. He's 5'8", and you could still tell Stephen Johnson that he's not 6'1". He'll take him on any day. Here it is again, Gurren, leading the man to get fumble on the play. And he does fall on it that time. We got to come up, though, quicker. Well, that time we had to play Hart, had the quarterback again. He had his man. We've got to get the pitch man. We've got to read the pitch man. They'll bring up now third down at about 4 yards.
Okay, I see Kenneth Bays checking in, number 36, and also 78, Billy Kane, checking in to defense this time.
Billy Kane is off offensive tackle. He's on defense now. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 268.
I see John standing up over there now.
I see him standing there, and the trainer, physical therapist, is with him, kind of working that arm, but John's like he wants to go back in. Pitch again.
Pitch.
And Wilson will have the first down. That time we had him again. We're just not getting the pitch man. We're not getting the pitch man quick enough. We've got to get over there quick.
We almost intercepted the pitch.
Yes, we are.
Come on, defense, get there.
Checking in on defense now for the Red Hounds is number 5, John Davis, and Levi Skeen, 46. Going out, of course, is Kane, and 36, Bays. Bays is a sophomore, 6'2", 190. It's 6:47 clock counting here in the second period of play. Red Hounds are on top, 7-2.
Pride, Red Hounds. Got to have pride right here.
Ball on the 23-yard line. Excuse me, on the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Same play, same play. Here come the option now. Grab a hold of him. Good job turning him in there, Stephen Cook.
Running down on that right side, had Wilson as the pitch man. Gurren keeps it, though. Cook able to come up and make the stop. Not until, though, Simon also on the stop. He's able to pick up 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6, just resting on the inside the 15-yard line. They've got to get right to about the other side of the 9-yard line, going in for a first down. 6:02 counting down.
Tight end our side and looking.
Eye backfield. Going back to throw.
Quick pass.
Quick pass out here. Has his man in the flats and will be having enough for a first down, and catching the ball again was that young man who was so elusive. No, that's a different receiver. That is number 10 that time. I hate these non-numerical.
First and goal on about the 2-yard line.
That's twin brother Damon Deck. The senior, 6'1", 165. Dustin Deck is his 5'10", 160-pound brother. They're twins.
Okay, so we're going to have Billy Kane in on defense since we're in the goal line.
Goal line defense are going to try to get as much beef as they can. Of course, Kane is a sophomore at 6'2", 268.
Come on, defense.
Power eye Wilson, and in for the touchdown. So at 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the second period of play, the Red Hounds find themselves down again in the ball in the season early, 8-7. Of course, 2 of those 8 points came on a safety. So the PAT attempt will be attempted by number 15. That's Kyle McDaniel, a 6'2", 195-pounder. It's up, and it is good. So at 5:28, it's 9-7. The Cougars of Conner High School over the Red Hounds in the second period of the 1999 Pigskin Classic.
Hungry and in a hurry to get to the game? Well, swing on by your Sonic Drive-In on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, and just like they used to say, grab a sack full of those famous goody-goody hamburgers made just like you like them. They'll shine your teeth, they'll curl your hair, they'll make you feel like a millionaire. And did you know they have over 108 different flavors of milkshakes? You can get a different one every day for the next 3 months and not get the same kind twice. And right now, Sonic is happy to announce their Shake Sensations, the triple chocolate shakes, and their fantastic 11 different flavors of mint shakes. Sonic, America's Drive-In.
5 minutes and 28 seconds to go here in the second period of play. The Cougars over Big Bo Wilson goes in from about 3 yards out to put them on top, 9-7. And you know, the Red Hounds really, I mean, the old cliche, and you hate to use it, shot themselves in the foot really to give Connor that position right there, because they, after the turnover, the safety, Connor takes the ball in and scores.
I'm going to say one word here,
unanswered points.
and you expound on it, okay?
Yes.
Intensity.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, intensity. You're right.
We're not there right now.
We didn't have the intensity that I saw last week, and they kind of they got the safety, and they kind of got their heads down a little bit. But I'm sure over on that coaching sideline, of course, Sizemore goes out hurt, and that kind of maybe got them down a little bit. But it's now Mike Neal on the back with along with
Adam
Mills and
Bram
Hoover. McDonald ready to kick the ball off. Waiting on the whistle. Here it is. McDonald approaches the ball. High end overhand. Neal will take it back on his own 1 yard line.
Come on, now let's block.
5-10.
Pick up a block here.
To the top of your screen.
Pick up a block here.
20. He could go.
Come on, pick up a block.
One block up to the 47-yard line.
46-yard return, Phil.
A 46-yard return by Mike Neal. An excellent return that time. Our early diagnosis that we've gotten from the sideline that Sizemore has a separated shoulder. Now, separation comes in different areas. You got a separate 1, 2, a 3 grade, you know, the 3 being the worst. And so I think it is. The higher you go, the worse. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll have to see how bad he is. Hopefully that young man is not really too bad. He'll be able to come back. Probably not for this game, but for next week at South Laurel. Foley under center, hangs off here to Cook. Cook up to the midfield, makes a dive down to about the 47-yard line, let's say.
6-yard gain.
Yes. Stephen Cook able to keep his feet that time, had enough for the first down. I don't know where he could have gone all the way, but he did just able to keep his balance and stretch that big 6-foot frame of his forward as he was going down.
Okay, in the backfield now, we got 22 Stephen Cook, 40 Mike Neal, and 46 Levi Skeen in the backfield. Now we're in the power I, 2 tight end set.
8 men in the box for Connor.
Oh, slipped on the turf. Try to make a cut.
You know, it kind of looks like Neal may have the cut back up to the seam, just unable to plant his foot that time and go as he was trying to see that cut move. I believe he'll a loss of 1 maybe on the play, so it will be Scott Cook now checking in for the Red Hounds as Pennington will go out.
4:10 left, second quarter, Phil.
Passing situation for the Red Hounds.
3rd and 5.
Wing. You have a wing right, I formation, wide out to the top of your screen.
Let's block, let's block.
No,
let's block.
Has some pressure, looks downfield, has a...
Oh, yes, first down.
I believe he's got enough for a first down. Great play and great
spot here.
Job by B.J. Foley. It is going to be close to a first down. We'll wait and see on the spot. Don't move the ball, Mr. Official.
Ooh, boy, that kind of hurt.
Yes, it is. First down, Red Hounds. I was thinking, whoa, Mr. Whitehat, we've got it marked. Don't move it. But he's just putting it back where the foot was. So it was enough for the first down. He knew what he was doing.
So we had, from the wingback route, Stephen Cook on a drag across the middle on that bootleg. And we also had, was it Adam Mills deep?
Yes. Mills lines up now on the wide out to the bottom of your screen. Cook is now the new tight end. That's Stephen Cook. Mills in motion.
Oh, here to come on
out here to
blitz.
Neal. Neal cuts it up. And we read the blitz perfect that time. We was able to pick the backer up. That was a great
had both
read.
of them coming.
Yes, we did. That was a great read on the blitz. They have 8 men in the box, which means from end to end, tackle to tackle, there's 8 guys that are coming up on the line of scrimmage defensively. If we can just break that initial line of scrimmage, we can pick up some yardage. It is now
2nd down 8, Phil.
Foley under center. In the wing is Cook to the bottom of your screen. Skeen and Neal are the backs. I formation. Mills
here comes the stunt again. Make the cut. High step, let's go. Make the cut, we need to accelerate right there. We had a wide open field.
Neal now able to pick up about 2 yards to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Red Hounds. Foley gets his play from the sideline from Coach Willard Ferris. Called down to Coach Steve Jewell. Of course, Coach Ferris is sitting in the box, able to read all this. Again, the wing formation. Actually split, and here's Cook, and he's not going anywhere.
Slipped down, didn't he?
Yes, well, it looks like actually he might have tripped over someone's feet that time. So now this is Steve Jewell's first decision on 4th down and about 5 yards. I know we don't have a type of leg on B.J. Foley that's able to kick approximately 50-something yard field goal, so we're going to have to try for it on 4th down.
Well, we're inside the 40-yard line, so we'll be considered that pretty good 4-down territory.
4 down, yes, we will.
Yeah, it's got to be a good play right here. Got to go on 2, I think.
Same formation, split to the left. Foley back to throw. Has some pressure, has him sacked.
Well, we had a block on the end. We just couldn't get outside of him.
And so the Red Hounds are stopped. 4th and 6 yards. Knocked back on Foley as he sacked out past the midfield stripe, just inside the midfield. They're going to say on the 49-yard line. It's 1 minute and 24 seconds. A big break here for the Red Hounds. Now they need to do it defensively if they can. They need not to let Connor score because Connor gets the kickoff to start the 3rd quarter of play. A little bit different than what the Red Hounds had last week at Garrett County.
Yeah. All right, we got to pick it up right here, Red Hounds. Got to pick it up right here.
Connor comes out in the formation, wide out to the right and left, I formation. That's Bo Wilson
tight
on the
inside. Tight inside. Here they
Wilson
come.
around the right side.
Oh, good stick, good stick.
He's not going but about 2 yards. There's a whole host of Red Hounds on that left side.
Levi Skeen. Let's see.
Clock is running.
Did he say Sizemore?
Yes, he did. I don't know about any shoulder separation that I don't know about, but John Sizemore has gone in. Now he's coming out of the game. Was he in on the play?
Yeah, they said he was in on the play.
Okay, Coach Jewell grabs him, takes him back off. He says, wait a minute, young man. So, well, we'll just have to wait and see. Okay.
Let's go now.
Back to throw, Guerin.
Watch the screen.
And great read that time by the Red Hounds. We saw that screen last week.
That Levi Skeen in there on that, too. That's pretty good coverage for a screen pass right there.
A loss of 1 yard to bring up now 3rd down and 9, excuse me. Red Hounds reading that screen perfectly that time.
Well, Phil, when we saw this kickers kicking him before the ball game, we don't want to get him down here on the 35-yard line now, do we?
No, he can kick a 41-yarder. We saw him do it.
All right, here we go. Another screen. This side.
To the opposite
get off
side.
The block. Get off the block. He's holding him.
And Wilson.
Okay, I think he got it.
Yes, there's the flag. I see it tossed.
Oh, we had a lineman from Connor had a holdout.
Yeah, had Jason Steely. What they did, they had Jason Steely by the shoulder, by the jersey, and it looked like he was going to put a saddle on him and ride him. Yes, it is. Mark it back. And so that will go for naught. They'll penalize them on that play, of course. It's only 5 seconds to go here in the 2nd period of play. So unless something spectacular happened, like we could pick a interception off and run it in, or that'd be 3rd. That was marked off from spot of the foul. Bring up now 3rd and 15.
Connor's going to take a timeout.
Connor takes a timeout, one of our sponsors.
When it comes to banking, look to your friends at Cumberland Valley National Bank. Let our friendly staff arrange a loan with competitive rates and flexible terms. Cumberland Valley National Bank has 11 locations in the Tri-County area to serve you. Cumberland Valley National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
5 seconds here in the first half of play. The Connor Cougars on top of the Red Hounds, 9-7. And you're absolutely right. I think we got our spark back after the safety, and then we kick off, and Connor drives down the field. Of course, in that drive, Sizemore goes out, which we were told was a shoulder separation. Come find out, though, he comes in on a play earlier, and he goes right back out after his name's announced over the PA of making the tackle. Coach Jewell looks out there and says, get your yourself back off the field. And as Daniel said, I think you have to cut the man's arm off to keep him off the field. And I don't know if he might even put a bandage on it then and try to play. So I believe they may have to hog tie John Sizemore and not let him into the ball game.
This could be a quarterback draw right here. Did I call it or what?
Here's the draw.
Wrap up. Attaboy, Aaron.
That's the horn sound. So it's halftime in the 1999 Pigskin Classic here at Campbell Field, Dennis Stadium, where the Red Hounds find themselves down for the first time in the 1999 season, going into a half, 9-7. So we'll be back to start your second half period of play after this halftime. 9 Connor, 7 Red Hounds. Here the second half, it's halftime as the Red Hounds are coming on the field to warm up. We've got some injury updates. I did not see Mike Neal go out of the game, but Mike Neal has been taken off the field on his own, but yet I believe he's been taken to the hospital via the ambulance. Possible concussion. John Sizemore had just a stinger. We got the false information. It was not a separation, just a stinger, and so it's good for him that he'll be probably back trying to play here in the second half. I want to make an announcement here. The Red Hound Varsity Club, of course, has a lot of paraphernalia that, as a Red Hound fan, you would like to purchase. You can purchase these items at the Dixie Restaurant in Corbin, Kentucky on Main Street. You can see Teddy or Marsha Trosper down there. They have a nice showcase displaying these products. They have house flags. They're $28.50. With a deposit of $15, they'll have one made for you. You can go down to the Dixie Restaurant and pick that up. They're a big flag, I believe, with a paw print. They have car flags on sale at the Dixie for $15. They have hats, shirts, t-shirts, license plates, sweaters, all with the Red Hound logo on them. And all that money collected is for the varsity club. It does go right back into the program to help all the different athletes and academics at Corbin High School. So we'd like, if you're a Red Hound supporter, you need to get those supplies at the Dixie Restaurant to see Marsha or Ted Trosper. Also, one quick announcement: if you are a season ticket holder and have not yet picked up your season tickets, please do so as soon as possible. If you're not going to purchase those tickets, then please call Athletic Director Gerald Foley and let him know. If you are not a season ticket holder and you would like to purchase season tickets, also see Coach Gerald Foley at Corbin High School at the athletic office. Chandler.
Okay, Phil. Ahoy, all you seafood lovers. Shoney's of Corbin is your place to drop anchor for a whale of a buffet on seafood. Baked fish, shrimp, fried catfish, chowder, plus all the fixings. And on Tuesdays, you can get crab legs for only $3 more with your buffet. Sail into Shoney's on Tuesdays and Fridays from 4 p.m. until 11 for a great catch on seafood. There's always something great being cooked up at your Shoney's of Corbin.
Here in the first half of play, the Red Hounds have find themselves down at halftime 9-7. As the clock ticks down here at halftime, just under a minute to go before the kickoff of the second half. It will be Connor receiving the football to start the second half as the Red Hounds receive the opening kickoff to start the game. Pretty impressed with this Jeremiah Gurin. He's a senior, 6 foot, 165 pounds, strong-armed quarterback, elusive feet, also a free safety. He's on the special teams. He never comes off the field. I guess he drove one of the buses to come here tonight. Also,
he may have his CDL, yeah.
Yes, he may have his CDL license. And then also the big tailback 22 is also Bo Wilson. And Chandler, they're a pretty good-looking football team.
Yes, they are. They're big and they're strong. They run the ball a lot between the tackles and the tackles. They've not been outside very much. They did run an option 3 or 4 times on us so far in the first half. And during those runs, at times we picked up the quarterback and not the pitch man, or the pitch man and not the quarterback. So we're yet to make 100% coverage of their option yet. Between tackle to tackle, when our intensity has been there, we've been good.
Well, we kind of had one little mental breakdown. Of course, that was on the to get the 2 points and for the safety on the quick pitch. But then all of a sudden we do have the kickoff, and that middle lapse, like you say, really carried on for that series where Sizemore, yes, goes out, and they went up on us 9-7. But then we regrouped and really looked like that we had got the ball back under there. Then the big 4th down play, of course, Foley is sacked deep in his own territory, and Connor takes over and the clock runs out.
Yep, you gotta have a good ball fake on that play, and you have to have your guard has got to get out and pull and get the end hooked for that play to work.
And that time it looked like our guard was almost had the block made, but the execution was just a little bit off, and of course Foley was sacked on that. Well, here we go. It is the start of the second half of the 1999 Pigskin Classic. We'd like to remind you, in the first game of this evening, it was a dandy football team. If you want to watch one of the top 4A schools in the state, that's the Blue Devils of Henry Clay. They defeated the Fern Creek Tigers out of Louisville, Kentucky, 46-13. And I'll tell you what, Chandler, Henry Clay passed the look test in my book. They are big, they are fast, they have athletes, they have depth. I don't know too many other 4A schools in the state that can contend with them by the end of the season. There'll be for that title, but we'll have to wait and see. Here's the kickoff. Scott Cook, or B.J. Foley, excuse me. Ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a penalty.
Okay, take it where it goes out of bounds at the 35, or make them back up 5 and kick it again. Now, the receiver watched that ball bounce, and finally bounce out of bounds. But I tell you, if you got your coverage team down there kicking it along, now you're gonna
bounce on the ball and it's yours. It's a live ball.
Yes, sir.
Connor's taking your second option. They will take the ball on their own 35-yard line to start here the second half of play. Of course, the clock did not run a bit because it was not touched. So it's 12 minutes to go here in the third period of play.
All right, most of the time they ran to the tight end side.
And Sizemore is back in the football game.
Quick out. Come on, Adam. Close on it. Close on it.
As coming out in to receive was Dustin Deck, just out of the reach of his hands. Mills on the pursuit that time. We'll bring up now 2nd and 10. Now let's just see how both teams have adjusted.
Sizemore's back in there.
Yes, he is. Let's see how both teams made their adjustments. Of course, the Red Hounds made some great adjustments in the second half of the Garrett County game last week. And let's see now what Coach Farris and Jewell and the rest of that staff has done now for this second half. Again, Sizemore is in back at that linebacker, and he looks like he's coming.
Here comes
He's not.
Get off the block, get off the block.
And he's going to stop.
Stephen Johnson, Hank Sima, Randy Cord, Levi Skeen.
Stephen Ball for the Cougars at quarterback, number 12, Jeremiah.
Jason Steely, Jeremy Hart.
Number 30.
And on the bottom, number 76, Stephen Johnson.
And that's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it right there on your screen. It's not 1, it's not 2, it's about 6, 7, 8, and that's the way you want it. You want your defense to swarm to the football.
Well, we strung it out that time, Phil.
3rd down and 10 now, 11-18 to go here in the third period of play. Sure passing down, play action, looking here to the right. Has a man open, and yes, he is. There's that young man. He does hang on to the ball this time. The wideout, Dustin Deck, is open across close to the midfield, and enough for the first down. It was 3rd down and 10 on the 35, and they were able to capitalize on that and get a first down.
Goodness, Phil, we're not closing fast enough on that. I mean, he's running a down and out at about 12 yards. And we can't get back and cover it.
A little bit too much cushion. It's on the 49-yard line of Connor. 11:09 in the third period. Connor 9, Red Hound 7. Here's the double wing. Wing in motion now to the bottom of your procedure.
We got procedure.
Anytime that official, which is the referee, he's pointing right at the line, one of the linemen too. That's what it was.
I talked to Gary Harris at halftime minute, Phil. I was seeing their tailback is taking a lateral step or lifting his foot. And if you have somebody else move during that time, and that's going to be a penalty.
Procedure. Only one man in motion, and it cannot be toward the line of scrimmage.
Right. He can move lateral. He can step back.
Or I've seen him run 5 yards back the opposite way. So it's now 1st and 15. The ball pushed back inside the 44-yard line. 1st and 15, 11:04 here in the third period of play. Again, Connor 9, Red Hound 7. A wide out now to the bottom of your screen, to the top. Here we go with a double slot, and he sees something, and Gurren says, whoop,
I think somebody lined up wrong, Phil. Stanley and Henry's Food Mart, 25 years in operation and still going strong. Get your day started off with a cup of the best cappuccino or coffee anywhere. Always fresh and always hot. Open 365 days a year with 4 locations to serve you. Tattersall, Gordon Hill, Maple Lane, and North Corbin. Stanley and Henry's Food Marts are your headquarters for whatever you may need. Gas, pop, milk, snacks, candy, or lunch meats. Stanley and Henry's Food Marts. Stop by soon.
Timeout, the first timeout of the second half as Coach Jewell comes out on the field with his, let me tell you something, if Dan can kind of pan in on the defensive huddle, Coach Jewell is maybe the head coach, but he's also the defensive coordinator, and he's right now having a little revival talk with his defensive unit, not really blasting them, but getting them fired up. Gentlemen, you're doing a good job. Let's get our coverage right, and let's don't bend and break. Let's just continue to play good, strong defense. Gurren double wing now, double wide outs. Eye back is Wilson. Rolling out, pass has a screen, and he's going to be popped for
what a pop!
Pop that time by Stephen Johnson, big number 76.
Jason Steele had him on the outside, and Hank hit him from the backside.
Stephen Johnson and Jason Steele and Hank Simon said, hello, buddy.
So 1st and 15, we'll make it 2nd and 20, just a little over 20 yards, Phil.
And we've already seen Gurren connect with Dustin Deck. Of course, he has big Terry Johnson, 6'4", 190 pounds of him. And he also has a wide out.
Okay, here we go. Now watch him out and up, out and up, out and up. Break on the ball. Okay, good play defense. Good play defense. The ball was a little underthrown, Phil. That's why Adam was able to make a recovery.
Yeah, well, and they're hollering here in the stands. They thought maybe we might interfere, but no, the ball was more for Adam's catch than it was for his catch. It was really on the back side of the receiver, and so Adam is coming back to try to catch the ball. He becomes the receiver, and the other guy becomes the defensive man.
Okay, 3rd down 20, Phil. 10:04 left. Third period. Corbin down 7-9.
Gurren now under center, has a wide out slot, power formation here to the bottom. Looks over here,
going to flood.
Has a man across, and it's caught. Beautiful catch that time. Looked like Davis had the ball knocked, and coming up to make the reception, keeping his eye on the football, like any good is the twin of Dustin. That's Damon Deck at First Town Red Hounds. It was 3rd down and 19.
Yeah, and they pick up a big pass play. I tell you, Hoover stayed home. He had to make the tackle. He was the only man back there. Had John Davis go for the interception and went through his hands. Come on, Hounds, pick it up here. Pick it up.
Wide outs now, both to the top and bottom. Double tight end formation.
Here come on the option. Get off the block. Where's my linebacker? Good job, Steele.
That's Jason Steele staying at home from that corner position.
At 22, Rover back that time was on the pitch man to pick up 3 yards, Phil. 2nd down, 7 for the Cougars.
Red Hounds now, 9 minutes to go in the third period of play. It is 2nd and 7, ball resting on Corbin's 35-yard line. Gurren under center, has the I formation, hands it off to Big Bo Wilson. Wilson gets to the line, maybe another yard or 2.
Down here, boys.
They're saying his knee went down at about the 33-yard line.
So 3rd down 4.
3rd down 4.
8:32 left in the third period.
Gurren gets his offensive play here from the sideline from head coach Stillman. Coach Stillman has been with Connor High School for 9 years, has a 38-58 mark. Of course, this is Steve Mills. There's the draw. Red perfect that time, the Red Hounds. I don't think he got the first down. Well, that's going to be close. Yes, he did.
Looked like we had 2 people miss him in the backfield.
And first down, Connor. So the Red Hounds really, Connor started this drive, and they looked like they were going a little bit more south than they were north. Looked like we were going to be able to get them in bad field position, and they were able to link up to Damon Deck on that 3rd and 19 for a 3rd and 24-yard pass play. It's 1st and 10 on the 27 of the Red Hounds, and Guerin under center. Hands it off to the first man.
Nicely. Come on,
wrap up, Hank Sama. And that was the fullback that time, Moffitt, on the carry.
Hank Sama on the tackle, also Adam Mills over there. Let's go Red Hounds now. 2nd down, 7.
Junior Adam Mills on the stop at 7:16 in the 3rd period. Of course, Connor got this kickoff to start this drive. The only drive here in the 3rd period is Connor.
So both teams practicing a little ball possession here. 5 minutes on this drive.
Best defense is keep it away from the other team's offense with your offensive unit. Man in motion to the bottom of the screen. Quick pitch out here to Dotson. And Dotson is going to be lost. Drop for a loss on the play as Sizemore read it perfect that time. Coming in from the linebacker spot. Also coming up off the bottom of the play.
Graham Hoover.
Graham Hoover.
That boy Hoover, way to get up there. 6:39 left. 3rd period. Corbin down 7-9.
So now it'll bring up 3rd and 6. Another great big 3rd down. And again, you're going to say 4-down territory or a field goal, because we've seen the young man, McDonald, be able to kick the ball 46 yards.
I'll say we're going option or we're going off tackle. Okay, here's
Bo Wilson.
Hey, put your head in there. Come on.
And Wilson's going to be close. They're saying 4. So they're playing 4th down. He got the ball. He ran to set the ball up to the middle of the field in case they do need to kick a field goal. It's going to be 4th down. Coach Steelman now is going to wait and make the decision. What's he going to do? They've already used 1 timeout on this drive. They only get 3 a half. So I'm sure he doesn't want to take a time. It's 4th down and 2. 4th and a long 1. Let's put it that way.
If I'm looking for Tennessee, I'm gonna look at the off tackle, or I'm gonna look at the quarterback
draw, or even quarterback sneak.
Come on, Hounds. Pack it in there.
Wilson.
Oh no, he did
not going to. Close. Real close. I don't believe he's got it. I don't believe Bo Wilson has it. The camera zooms in. The ball he needed to get to the about the 14.
Come on, give us a spot here.
The 18. The 18. The Red Hounds.
Attaboy, Red Hounds. What a
Red Hounds have held again. A big defensive play that time by the Red Hounds. And so the Red Hounds now first get the possession of the football in the 3rd quarter to start the 2nd half at 5 minutes and 29 seconds. Connor had the ball, let's see, 6 minutes and 31 seconds of this
we need to eat the rest of this quarter up with a drive.
Absolutely. We need to eat the rest of it up. Let's put some points on the board. Again, the best defense is your offense, keeping the other offense off the field.
All right, here we go.
It's Sizemore.
2 tight end set.
Foley under center. Williams is the center. Hands off to Cook. Cook is able to get about a yard or 2 on the carry.
Well, there's a mass of humanity in there, wasn't there?
There's a mass of humanity, and I'll tell you another thing, too. I don't know if you could pick it up on your camera on the sound, but there was some pops in there. As Simon gets up a little bit, moving weary. But I'll tell you one thing. You're going to have to carry.
Suck it up, guys.
You're going to have to carry Hank off the field. I don't think Hank will come off on his own. He's got his composure back now. Yeah, he goes back to Hubble, takes a deep breath, and he's back on that guard position. Foley under center now. The wing is Sizemore, and here goes Sizemore, and great move that time by Sizemore. You know, and that's the package that John Sizemore brings to the table. Chandler, is that he's a big, strong running back. Stephen Cook is a big kid, about 6 foot. Let's see, Stephen is 6'2" and 180. Sizemore is 6'2", 220. 40 more pounds and a little more muscular. He's a junior. Stephen is a sophomore. Both of them 2 different type style runners, and you got to have that big power back in there. It's a split wide out to the top of your screen. Foley under center. It is Stephen Cook at the eye back. Foley rolls to his left. Looks downfield. Has a man wide open. It's Graham Hoover just out of the reach. Hoover was wide open for the reception. Just thrown out of his reach. Hoover had broke off his receiver or defender perfectly that time. Just unable to come up with the football. Just out of his reach.
Okay, brings up 4th down and 6, Phil, on the 21-yard line for the Red Hounds. 4:05 left in the 3rd period. Corbin's gone 3 and looks like 3 and out so far.
Scott Cook called on upon last week, of course, to do some great punting, and he did after his first one. The next 5 were pushing Garrett County deeper and deeper in their own territory, and this is one now we really got to have. High snap, he pulls it down, takes the composure, high, end over end, taken up on about the 45-yard
get off the
line.
coverage, get off the coverage.
Around, and that is the quarterback, Garin, and Garin is still on his feet and down deep into Red Hound territory. And the punter, Cook, makes the stop on as the last really man of the hour was Scott Cook, or I should say the last man of protection.
So we had, as we finish that offensive play and we go to defense, 6 men did not move. 6 men did not go off the field. They stayed on there. So right now we're turning the ball over. Got 6 men out there.
So
there's 5 that came on.
So what Chandler's saying is on those red jerseys right there, 6 of those red jerseys have stayed on the football field, offense and defensively, with only 5 of replacements coming in. So our depth is not quite as much as.
Come on, Hounds, pick it up here.
Garin under center now, rolls back, play action pass, has his man out here into the low flat. Back fumble on the play, and
we got it. Hi, Levi Skeen.
Levi Skeen.
Nice
lick. That time gets the lick, just a beautiful lick put on by Hoover, Graham Hoover.
I believe so, because John Davis stood him up, and Hoover came, put a blow on him, but that ball just popped right up. Well, that's kind of you just dream of catching.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So a great big play that time. I tell you, these young Red Hounds are, you can't count them out. Here we go. Big play that time by Mr. Bram Hoover.
Come on, capitalize on this now.
Give me a stat on Bram. He's sophomore, 5'10", 150. That might be stretching it a little bit.
I don't know, he's grown.
But you can't tell him. He's 5'10", 150.
Come on, guys. Oh,
Levi Skeen.
Oh, nice pop there. Nice pop.
Play that time. And we may see a little spark now out of these Red Hounds on that right side blocking for him that time.
Nice 6-yard pickup.
Sophomore Billy Kane, 6'2", 268. On that line of scrimmage also is Matt Williams, sophomore, 6'2", 248. Coming off will be Hank Sama. Going in to replace him will be 76 Stephen Johnson. Stone Johnson is a senior at 5'8", 201.
All right, let's go, Hounds, now. A little spark here.
Also
let's go.
On that line, Randy Cord, Jr., 5'10", 192. Foley hands it off to Cook.
Make the cut.
Makes the cut and
get
the block on that side that he needed.
Come on, you got to hold your blocks. Got to hold your blocks.
Now it's another big 3rd down play here for the Red Hounds. 3rd down and 5. It's on the 22-yard line.
Come on, boys. Need a little field position right here. Let's go.
As going off is Pennington. Did not see who come on. PJ, hurry up and get off now. You've only got a few seconds to get this play off. Going to the top of your screen will be Hoover and Mills in the full house backfield. That's the wishbone, looks like. Yes, it is, the wishbone backfield. Now it'll be Sizemore in motion to the top. Quick pitch, no, a play.
We're moving.
And we've had a procedure penalty, and they'll decline this. I can tell you that right now.
I didn't like the looks of that. We looked like we had somebody out of position, and then BJ looked like he tried to tell somebody to move.
So that play really looked like it was doomed from the get-go. So 2 minutes and 21 seconds here in the third period of play. Of course,
they have to climb that.
Yeah,
so
of course they will. They're going to make Scott Cook punt the football again. Cook had a little bit of pressure last time, but he got off a great punt. It was Gurin, of course, the quarterback that made the reception that time. And again, he's back to receive it along with his receiver, number 20, Jason Harris, 5'7", 150. Cook could go back standing on his 10, 8, 7, 5-yard line.
This is a little different this week because Stephen Cook is the up back, where Sizemore. Oh, that's deep.
High.
Come on, get in there and cover.
Yes, it does. Gurin has the ball.
Come on, Phil.
Has the wall set up.
Come on, City.
And one man again, and there he is again. It's the punter, Cook, having to make the stop again. The punter, Cook,
I think we got a penalty down here.
We do have a flag. I see the flag right here. And we'll have to wait and see what that is.
Connor has the player
down. A lot of times
too.
where that wall is set up, it could be blocking below the waist. It could be a legal block in the back. The way we could see it, we're going to on this. We'll take a quick timeout and listen to one of our sponsors.
Snappy Tomato Pizza, home of the ranch pizza. It tastes like no other kind of pizza. Subs, buffalo wings, salads, breadsticks, potato wedges, and their famous all-you-can-eat luncheon buffet with free drinks on Mondays and Tuesdays when you order their buffet. Eat in or carry out. For your convenience, Snappy Tomato has a fast, snappy delivery service at home or the office. Remember, we make our dough fresh in our store daily. Snappy Tomato Pizza goes great with Red Hound replays. Give them a call at 526-9300. Snappy Tomato Pizza.
Official says it was exactly what I said, illegal block in the back. They're going to mark off 15 from that point. They'll put it inside Connor territory. The ball on about the 46, and another sponsor.
Gambler's Collision Center. Have you had a little fender bender? Then you need to see the folks at Gambler Collision Center. They'll put your car or truck back on the road with a showroom finish. They have damage-free towing, and all their work is guaranteed. All insurance estimates are honored. Gambler Collision Center, 400 North Laurel Avenue in Corbin. Phone 526-6020.
This is something that we have seen early in these late summer afternoon contests. Temperatures are hot. The officials, what they have done, they have taken a timeout. Of course, no coach can go on the field and coach. They send all the water boys out for a water break. And this is something that I guess they kind of thought they needed to take, because again, we had another young man of Connor go down. I felt maybe they needed a little break here. Go ahead.
Lowe's Sporting Goods. If you can kick it, pass it, throw it, slam it, shoot it, dunk it, putt it, hit it, dribble it, catch it, or whatever, then you need to get to Lowe's Sporting Goods in London and Corbin. Anything you could possibly want or need in sporting goods is at Lowe's. Support your favorite team with great-looking team jackets, shirts, and hats. Get to the big leagues in sporting goods with Lowe's. Lowe's Sporting Goods in London and Corbin, Kentucky.
As the Red Hounds and the Cougars of Connor High School, 2:07. It is Connor 9, Red Hounds 7. In the third period, 2:07. Gurin under snap now. As the double wideouts, play action, looks down the field, has a
nice
play that time, but John Davis
pulled the ball right out of his hand.
Jonathan Davis stuck his hand in there and ripped it right out of the arms of the intended receiver, number 3, Dustin Deck.
Great play right there, Philip. And instead of a first down, they're looking at second down 10 with 2:02 left in the third quarter of tonight's second game of the Pigskin Classic.
Red Hounds will be on the road next week as we travel to London, Kentucky to take on the Cardinal of South Laurel. And we'll be seeing another passing offense with Neil Warren at the head of that attack. We'll talk more about that later.
All right, here comes the option now. Get your man.
Yes. Oh. And the ball is loose. It should be a fumble.
Loose.
Red Hounds have it.
Did Hart get it?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I believe Hart has the football.
Sizemore is the one that caused that fumble because he had a quarterback around the arm when he tried to pitch it.
No, Johnson. Stephen Johnson is the man. Yes, got the...
I'm sorry. Stephen Johnson, give credit where credit's due. And Jeremy Hart on the...
No, Sizemore on the stop. Johnson on the recovery.
Okay.
All right, the Red Hounds have recovered the ball on the 45-yard line of Connor, and I'm telling you again, ladies and gentlemen, you can see it on the screen. I wish you could hear it. The contact of these young Red Hounds is forcing the Connor experience to cough the ball up.
Good field position for us. Now let's make a dent in this thing right now. Good five.
Good 4 or 5 yard drive that time.
Pop up. Let's go.
1 minute and 46 seconds in the third period of play. The Red Hounds now got a little mo behind themselves right now. Chandler, let's keep this mo and keep it running. The Red Hounds are down 2 points, 9-7, 135, 34, 33 here in the third period as the clock counts down.
Come on, Hounds, let's go.
Again, the best defense is the offense. The Red Hounds have now.
Ooh,
we got flags.
We got somebody offside.
And it's looking.
No, I think it's a defensive man, number 82.
Yeah, that's who it was. Big number 82 has stepped off sides. Well, I don't have an 82 listing. I've tried to find his number all night long. I don't have an 82, wouldn't you know it. But I do have an 86, and he kind of looks like him. 6'2" and 160 pounds. He's about that size.
Yeah.
I don't have a. I don't have. Oh, I'm sorry.
Stuber?
I do too. Yes, I do. Stuber. He's 6'5", 220 pounds. Hey, excuse me. There's his number right there. Big 82.
I know this. The number sequence is not in.
It's terrible.
Numerical sequence.
It's terrible. But he's 6'5", 220, and he's obviously a big fella to step off size. He can get caught.
A little bit
Adam
different
Mills
set
in
here.
motion. Split backfield, double tight. Back to throw. There's Cook.
Oh, nice. Come on, Scott.
Touchdown, Scott Cook. Bounce at the 28-yard line. Beautiful play
nice
that
play.
time.
Nice play.
Nice play as he released from his tight end position. Scott Cook did.
Had Stephen Cook on the tight end on the right side.
It was a double tight end, double split back formation with Mills in motion. And with all that said and done, Scott Cook gets a first down, hangs on the ball. The Red Hounds are on the drive with 51 seconds to go here in the third period on the 29-yard line of Connor.
Come on,
Hounds. 9-7.
Punch it in there. Let's go. Here comes the blitz. Read it. Oh, gosh.
Just one step. One step. I'll tell you what, Coach Jewell saw that one step too, as he's out on the field for a loss of the play of 1 yard. But I'd say, you know, it's stopped on about the 30-yard line. But when I say one step, I mean it was set up pretty good, and it's just tripped right at the last moment.
You see that a lot in the college game where one defensive player penetrates low to the ground and trips up the runner in the backfield. And that's what happened to us.
So they're going to let the clock run out. So at the end of 3 periods of play, it's Connor Cougars 9, Red Hounds 7.
Tri-County insulated metal panels and storage buildings. Are you tired of not having any room in your garage to park the car? Because it's full of all your lawn and garden equipment. Do you need extra space to store all those holiday decorations? Then our good friends at Tri-County Insulated Metal Panels and Storage Buildings on the Low London Highway can help you solve your storage problems. They can build you a storage building as big as you need for all the tools and equipment with room to spare. Call Tri-County Insulated Metal Panels at 523-9232. They have free delivery of their buildings in the Tri-Counties.
Next week, the Red Hounds are on the road again as they travel to London, Kentucky to take on the Cardinal of South Laurel. They'll be meeting up with one of the better throwing quarterbacks in Southeast Kentucky, Mr. Neil Warren. He's a senior this year. It feels like Neil's been there forever. I believe he's a senior this year.
Yeah, Neil Warren's a senior.
All right. I believe to me, it feels like he's been there for 10 years, but we'll be going up against the Cardinal. And to my understanding, this is the last year of our contract, Chandler, so I don't believe we'll be playing against South Laurel for a period of time. So this is the last year to take on South Laurel. Right now we're in the fourth period of play, though, here at the 99 Pigskin Classic. Red Hounds will line up with, well, Steely goes off the field now.
Well, we had too many men out there. Block, block. Come on, BJ, get out there.
Got to get rid of the football, whether you throw it out of bounds or what.
That may be more of a coverage sack, Phil, and by that I mean that all our receivers were covered to where he had to scramble. And with BJ recovering from ACL surgery back in December or January thereabouts.
January.
January of 1999. May not have the movement quickness there at this point, but it takes a good year to recover from an ACL
Oh,
injury.
absolutely, the mobility of, and you know, he hurt it in a basketball game when they were down in Hilton Head Island, and really it just turned. It was a strange knee injury.
Oh, reverse block. Come on, Adam. Well, I tell you what. Now, Connor played that as well as you could, and the boy made the tackle, seeing him maybe twisted his ankle on that, because one block and Adam Mills is off to the races.
Yes,
right
he
there.
is. So the Red Hounds are going to bring in the punting unit, I believe, as Scott Cook, I think. Well, yes, he will. He's going over to talk as the coaches are tending to the Connor player. Scott Cook is going to be called on to kick the coffin corner.
Union National Bank has a wide variety of banking services available to you, from personal checking accounts and new car loans to business loans and certificates of deposit. For over 65 years, Union National Bank has been working and helping the people of our area. Stop by and see them for any of your banking needs. And remember, at Union National Bank, you're more than just an account number. You're part of our banking family. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Back to action at Campbell Field, Dennis Stadium in Corbin, Kentucky. Second game of the Pigskin Classic of 1999. 11:02 left in the fourth period. Corbin with a 4th and 20 at their own, or at Connor 42-yard line. They're down by 2 points.
Dustin Deck is the young man, the twin brother of Damon, the 5'10", 160-pound wide receiver, which we've seen him catch some pretty big catches tonight. Goes off slowly. Scott Cook called on now to kick the football, and I guarantee you he's aiming toward the coffin. A bad snap, and it's low end over end, and it's going to make the end zone.
Get in there, get in there. Oh.
Yes, it did.
What a hustle, Aaron Sands. Way to get down there and try to cover that.
So Connor will take over on their own 20-yard line with 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the ball game, the fourth and final period of the 99 Pigskin Classic. Again, want to remind you, in the first game action, it was the Henry Clay Blue Devils and the Fern Creek Tigers, won easily tonight by Henry Clay, 46-13, showing that they are ranked the number 3 team in the state in 4A, and well deservingly. The Connor Cougars out of Covington, or out of near Covington, Kentucky. It says they're from Hebron, Kentucky. Location is, but that's around the Covington area. They're a AAA school.
Oh, and a wrong defense right here.
And we read it, and we might have been the wrong defense, but I'm glad we stayed at home that time.
I say that because we had 2 linebackers moving right at the last minute. Okay, we had Sizemore on the tackle.
Yes. Hank Simon.
And Stephen Cook also.
Yes.
Come on, Hounds. Got to pick it up right here. That's a short gainer of 1 yard there on first down field.
Now, yes, 1 yard. It'll be second down and 9. Ball resting on the 21-yard line. 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Connor 9, Red Hound 7. Going under center now, has a lone back. Here's Wilson. Wilson cuts down to the right. He's got a run. Let's see how fast this big guy is.
Come on, Bram, lock up on it now.
Going to go. That's right. That's Bram Hoover, knocking him out of bounds on about the Red Hounds' 43-yard line, 44-yard line. Oh, speedy Bram Hoover come flying up, taking down Mr. Bo Wilson. There's Bram Hoover at sophomore, 5'10", 150, bringing down Bo Wilson, 6 foot, 250-pound senior.
Well, I'm telling you now, they got outside on us. Corner's got to make that cut in, and we got to have the field from the inside out. Inside linebackers, safety. That's who's got to feel that.
Red Hounds now can bend a little bit. They need not break. They're only down 3. Here's Butts on the carry. He's across the 40 of the Red Hounds down to about the 37, 36-yard line. Should bring up now second down of 4 yards. A 6-yard carry that time by Butts.
Come on, Hounds. Come on, Hounds.
Let's go. Second down and 4.
Pick it up here. Pick it up.
Second down and 4. Clock's running. 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Connor 9. Red Hounds 7. Eye back is Wilson. Connor, here he goes, and Gurin is going to run the draw this time.
Nice play.
He's not going to get but maybe a yard or half a yard. Yes. Give him a yard, bring up 3rd and 2.
John Sizemore on the bottom.
Big play here now defensively for the Red Hounds. Clock is continuing to run. Connor's keeping the ball out of the Red Hounds' hands. It's 9 minutes to go here in the 3rd period of play.
I'm
or 4th period.
Tailback off tackle.
I formation, wide outs, top and bottom of your screen. Wilson is the I back. Gurin under center. Hands it to Wilson. Wilson will have enough for the first down on the 2nd effort.
Good gang tackling by the Hounds.
First down, Connor.
Come on, Hounds. Come on, Hounds. We're going to see what you're made of right here.
In the history of the Pigskin Classic, this is the 5th year. The Red Hounds are 4-1. The last defeat coming 2 years ago to the hands of Lawrence County. Steve Jewell has seen enough right now. He needs to call a timeout. He's got 3. You can't save them, so let's use them.
Union National Bank is proud to introduce their Union National Bank customer hotline. Now you can access your account 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from any touch-tone phone. It's like having a branch office in your own home. Use your hotline to check the balance of your savings or checking accounts. Find out the current market rates or loan payoff balances. Union National Bank, committed to the future, committed to you and your needs. Union National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Some highlights of the Pigskin Classic through the 5 brief years. In 1995, in the first annual Pigskin Classic, it was the Corbin Red Hounds taking on the Cardinal of South Laurel, defeating South Laurel 21-7. And that was the start of the 42-game winning streak by the Breathitt County Bobcats in all their state championships. For Breathitt County beat Rowell that afternoon 29-22. 96 season was the Red Hounds take on the Yellow Jackets of Whitesburg, defeating them 48-7. And then that was also the year of 96 when we had a tremendous football game. It was Cincinnati Moeller and Louisville Male. And to go on, some of those players today are playing in Division I powerhouses across the United States in Division I football. 97 was the first time the Red Hounds lost in the Pigskin Classic. It was to the Eagle of Lawrence County, 42-19. Also that year, Riverdale 36, Fern Creek 8. Last year, the Red Hounds redeemed themselves by beating Lynn Camp 60-20. Whitley County won 28-18. This is the 5th annual Pigskin Classic, 8 minutes and 33 seconds. Gurin under center. 1st and 10. Ball on the Red Hound 32.
Wait a minute.
And we got procedure.
Too much move. See, he moved.
I believe he listened to you.
Yeah.
I believe he listened to you.
He wanted his tight end to move back a little bit, which is okay because the man on the end of the line of scrimmage can pull back. And I think that's what they're seeing. He called his the line judge in, asking about movement. So it's still going to be 1st down and 10. There was no penalty.
Okay. I thought he pointed to the back. But anyway, a little more history of the Pigskin Classic. Of course, last year it was Corbin 60, Lynn Camp 20, and Whitley County 28, Ludlow 18. So in the first game tonight, of course, Henry Clay defeated Fern Creek 46-13. Gurin hands the ball off there. His big Wilson.
Nice play. Ooh,
a host of Red Hounds.
Red Hounds.
I tell you, this drive right here on this very series, I should say, they have the ball right now on the Red Hound 32. Coach Jewell calls timeout. He talks to his young defense. He's not that he's blessing them out. He's trying to fire them up. Get those young pups fired up again. And good things happen when you get those young guys playing 130% above what their natural ability will allow them to. And they flew to the football for a 2nd and 10, no gain by Wilson.
Come on now, keep it up here, Hounds. Keep it up.
Wilson on the back of that eye. Gurin back to throw. Looks over here to his rep. And yes, he does. Man wide open. 1st down. First down Connor as receiving is Damon Deck. John Davis on the coverage that time for the Red Hounds. A little more cushion, I think, than what the Red Hounds would like to have out of that one, but still yet, it is enough for a 1st down. Yeah, clock's running. 7 minutes and 36 seconds to go in this football game. Connor's just taking their sweet time on this drive. Right now, Connor's up of the Red Hounds 9-7.
Oh, let's have a turnover here.
Going under center again, big Bo Wilson dots the eye. No, play action. Had him for the stop. Could not come up with it with Stephen Cook, but yet Kern's able to get across the 20, down close to the 15-yard line. Probably, yes, 16.
Come on, boys, pop up. Pop up off the ground. We had line with Roverback shot that time. Number 22, Stephen Cook. Trying to get him in the backfield.
A reminder, all your Red Hound apparel, go down to the Dixie Restaurant. See Marshall or Ted Trosper for all the Red Hound clothing. Guerin under center now. Hands it off to the first back, and not going much on that play right there was number 2, Matt Boats, the 5'10", 185-pounder. He's a junior fullback.
I see Stephen Cook getting up off the ground. Also Hank Simon on that tackle.
I can tell you this one thing about right now. Connor can't say that they have not, as far as found out that the Red Hounds will pop them. They're going to pop them. And these young Red Hounds have really fought and scratched this football game. And you're beginning, though, to see a little bit of wear and tear right now as they're coming up a little bit slower off the ground. That's right, a little bit slower. Wingman in motion, quick pitch out here.
Come on, cover.
No. They look like it's going to have
down.
Well, they got a fumble on the play, I believe. I believe the ball got loose.
Wait a minute.
I believe the ball's loose. I believe the Red Hounds have it. Yes, they do.
Who got it?
There is the fumble you was talking about. I don't see. Let's see if Mr. Eddie Pierce, PA announcer, can tell us who got that football. There's the break, Chandler, you was talking to. The break comes at 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go in this football game. Connor was on a drive. You said, yes, the Red Hounds need to get a fumble or make a break. And again, they've had, you know, at halftime it was 9-7. They've had 2 or 3 breaks this second half. Now let's capitalize on this break and go in for a score.
We certainly need to. We need to drive the ball right here.
Big momentum right here. Big Mo needs to roll on the red side right now. The red and silver of the Red Hounds. 1st and 10 on the Connor 12-yard line.
Come on, Hounds.
Clock is rolling. Foley back to throw. Feels some pressure. Has a man. Well, it was intended possibly for Hoover, but Hoover was laying on the ground. So it'll bring it now 2nd down and 10.
Well, that was an incomplete pass. Now, I wouldn't say we come out, you know, I'm surprised we come out throwing.
Well, trying to catch them off guard right there on that first play. They know that we are a run-oriented offense and that our passing game really is not quite into sync like where Coach Ferris would like to have it right now. That will get better, of course, though. You've got, I believe, Steely.
Come on, get a break here.
Steve Cook has it right.
Come on, Steve. Come on, Steve.
He's at the 30, the 35, the 40. Cook has broke out of the shadows of his own goal line and has gone on a run to the 42-yard line, a run of 30 yards, excuse me, for Stephen Cook. Big play. The Mo is beginning to turn. You can feel it. 5 minutes, all right, 39 seconds. You begin to see Foley now coming in, getting a little more spark in his walk now.
Come on, Lyman. Pick it up here. Pick it up here, Lyman.
Red Hounds need to spring to the line of scrimmage now and spring off the football. They need to use that now, all of that conditioning they've done all summer. Here's Stephen Cook again.
Leg drive.
At the line of scrimmage, will fall forward for about a gain of 1 yard maybe. Bring up 2nd down and 9. As Hoover comes in with the play, delivers it to Foley. And that's the thing about it, as Jason Steely will go off. I thought Steely was in there. It's the first time in any of the series that we've actually seen Steely in on offense.
No, he was in the series before, too.
Oh, okay, my fault. I didn't pick that number up. So excuse me, Jason. You've got Levi Skeen on that wing now. Quick pitch out here to Hoover. Hoover has it. Good play
nice
that
play.
time. I don't know if Hoover's going to get turned around in time, but he did right at the last moment. It's going to be a big 3rd down play now as he stopped just short of the first down of about 3 yards. I'm going to say a long 2, but a 3 by the length, by what the scoreboard says.
Okay, 3rd down 3, Phil. 4:25 left.
Steely's back in. Hoover is off. 3rd down. with 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the ball game. Connor ahead, 9-7. Is this 4-down territory? You better believe it is.
Yeah.
You better believe it is.
Big play right here.
Foley under center, has the wing back to the bottom of the screen. Hands it off to Cook. Cook has, oh, it's close. Will, it's close. He had to get just past the 50.
Watch the spot.
The spot of the ball will be
right.
I
can't believe he moved it.
Don't move right. Oh, okay, it's going to be first down,
right.
Red Hounds. Woo, goodness, I wish they'd quit moving the football like that. Of course, the official keeps his foot down there to mark the spot. So first down, Red Hounds, and the Mo, you can feel it in the air right now, ladies and gentlemen. The Mo is beginning to turn for the Red Hounds. Red Hounds have the 3 minutes and 50 seconds. The clock is running. Steely's out. The tight end now, Pennington, Sam Pennington's into the game.
I got to make sure we don't hyperventilate up here, Phil.
I got you. Here we
Come
go.
on, Hounds, pick it up
Double
right here. Pick it up.
in, wide out to the, no.
Here we go. All right.
All right, yes. Get on the line
Quick
of
pitch
scrimmage.
left.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
Morgan has the interception, and he may go. He will. Touchdown, Connor. The big Mo left for Red Hounds. Right at the 50-yard line. Gordon read that play. He had going out in the flat. The Red Hounds did. Sizemore from his tight end release. And Gorin stayed up and read it and picked it off and goes 50 yards for a touchdown run at 3 minutes and 17 seconds to put the Connor Cougars on top of these Red Hounds 15-7.
Come on, Hounds.
Still
get your head up here. Let's go.
Still time left for these Red Hounds. They're down 15, or excuse me, they're down 8 right now. This will put them down 9. Again, that safety is looming mighty big right now. And the PAT goes into the parking lot, almost hits the bus. It's 3:17, it's 16. Connor 7. Red Hounds will be back in just a moment with the kickoff after we listen to our sponsors for this evening.
Our sponsors this year are Union Planters Bank, Davis Salvage, Pepsi-Cola Bottling of Corbin, Bell's Car Wash and Auto Lube, Sonic Drive-In, Cumberland Valley National Bank, Shoney's of Corbin, Stanley and Henry's Dairy and Food Marts, Central Automotive, Gambril's Collision Center, Lowe's Sporting Goods, Snappy Tomato Pizza, Union National Bank, Tri-County Insulated Metal Panels, and our halftime stats are sponsored by Ron Rose and his friendly staff at R&R Computer Solutions.
Jeremiah Guerin, the 6', 165-pound quarterback, safety, punt returner, kickoff returner, probably drove the bus, gets the interception, goes 50 yards for the touchdown, and he's the senior leader on this team. He's the quarterback not only on offense but defense, and he puts his team on top of the Red Hounds with 3:17 to go in the ball game, 16-7. Now we got to have the gut check time by the Red Hounds, and back deep to receive is Adam Mills. In the middle is Stephen Cook, and on the right side of him is Bram Hoover. We've had some great returns of about 40, 45 yards in good field position, but we got to have it quick now because the clock is going to run. I believe we have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah.
The Red Hounds do.
Okay, Hounds, we got to have a run back here.
Donald approaches the ball high, end over end. Taken by the middle back, that's Stephen Cook.
Let's get a break here. Let's get a break here.
30-yard line, and there's where he'll go down just about the 32. Return of about 24 yards on that return by Stephen Cook. Red Hounds have now 3 minutes and 10 seconds to put 9 points on the board. In other words, we got to score quick. We got 70 yards to go. We got to go 70 yards in about a minute to a minute and a half, no more than that. Then we got to have the onside kick and get a field goal with no time remaining to win this football game. What do you say?
Sounds like a Hal Mummy playing.
All right, here we go.
Come on, Hounds, we got to complete some passes here.
Foley under center. Lone back Sizemore has to throw this time. Got to have a quick one. Cook, he may go. He's at the 50-yard line. He's at the 40-yard line. He's got one man to outrun. He's down to the 20-yard line. All he had to do was sidestep one, but he's just out of breath. That young man is exhausted, but a beautiful move that time to put the Red Hounds in striking shape. 2 minutes, 57 seconds. I said they started with 3:10, so they've only had 13 seconds off the clock. They'll have to start. Yes, that's good. Get out of the huddle. The clock starts after they set the chains. The box is in set. Now we got wide outs on top of your screen and the bottom of your screen split back to the left. Back to throws Foley. Foley has a man just out of the hands of Sizemore.
We had 2 men open out because it
Yes,
looked like Hoover was open on the side too.
He did have Hoover open. Just could not get it to Hoover. So that does stop the clock. First down, or second down and 10. Ball on Connor's 21-yard line. Still plenty of time left in this football game. Remember, we've got to score, though. We've got to score quick, kick the onside, and get the football. Here we go.
Okay, Hounds.
Red Hounds have it. 2:45 on Connor's 21-yard line.
Sure hands right here.
Split
sure
outs
hands.
wide left is Hoover. Right is Scott Cook. The slot man is Mills. I-back is Stephen Cook. Fullback is Sizemore. Sizemore has the block. Comes bound. Foley's rolling. Has a man. It is out of the reach of Hoover. Looked like he possibly could have had that ball, but knocked away just at the last moment by the Connor defensive back. Still the clock stops now with 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go. It's now Connor 16, Red Hound 7. Connor has scored 8 points. 8 points on miscues by the Red Hounds.
Yep.
And 8 of those 16.
Turnovers cost you. Come on, Hounds, here we go.
Foley under center. Same formation. Quick screen over here to Adam Mills. Mills will not get there as it's bring up 4th down now. The clock continues to run on that play as he could not get out of bounds. The Red Hounds will call their second timeout as we see Coach Garman, I believe. That's Coach, yes it is, Garman,
right,
coming onto the field. He's getting his play call from Coach Willard Ferris. And let's mention another one of our fine sponsors, if we may.
Are you confused about all the great sounding deals that are around on mortgages? Sometimes the deals are not as sweet as they appear. Cumberland Valley National Bank staff would like the opportunity to give you the greatest deal and make sure you understand what makes a great deal. There's more to it than interest rate or points. At Cumberland Valley National Bank, help. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Well, it's been the Jeremiah Guerin show, really, I mean, for the Connor team and Big Bo Wilson. They've been the spark plug for this Connor football team, and you can't count them out. Of course, like we said before, they're from one of the toughest AAA districts in the state of Kentucky, Chandler, and they have to be able to compete with the likes of Holmes and Cub Calf and teams of that caliber up there year in and year out.
Well, I think we played with a lot of heart and a lot of emotion tonight, except for, you know,
a few breaks, and we made some mistakes.
One possession that Connor had and drove down the field and scored. Red Hounds had pretty much played with their heart out there, and you got to lay it on the line here, folks.
Well, I'll tell you now, another thing about this Red Hound team this year that I've seen in this game and plus the last game prior to it, they're going to leave everything on the field. They're not going to take nothing away home with them.
We need a break right
back
here.
To throw, and never did get the ball. I don't know exactly what happened.
We jumped, I think.
We didn't get the snap. I can tell you that right now. Everybody moved but the center. There's two guys that, or there's one guy especially needs to know on the snap of the ball, and that's the center. And I don't know who it was. I don't know who was in there at that time, but everybody moved and didn't get the ball. So, okay, that's all right. We still got the ball. It's just we moved back 5 yards. That's no problem. This is going to make it a little bit more field to use it with.
Hey, receivers, you run a pattern, you got to know
trips
where to get the first down.
Trips, bottom of your screen, single to the left. Shotgun Foley. Foley's back to throw. He is not going to go. Not going anywhere.
They tried to break through into the line of scrimmage when the coverage broke down in the middle.
So the Cougars of Connor High have stopped the Red Hounds once again with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Again, next week we'll be on the road as we travel to London, Kentucky to take on the Cardinal of South Laurel. And Mr. Neil Warren, the strong-arm quarterback. Of course, Laurel County, South Laurel loves to throw football all over the field. So we'll have to be prepared for that. Something they're not exactly like what Connor does here, more of a power team. They're more throwing the football there with South Laurel.
Come on, Hounds, let's pop them here.
Guerin under center now hangs it to the first back, and that's exactly what Connor's going to try to do. Corbin can only stop the clock one more time. Connor is going to run the clock on some dives and stuff like that. Keep possession of the ball. It's 2 minutes to go in this football game of the 1999 Pigskin Classic, the last classic of the millennium.
Yep.
As we start the year 2000 next year. I know I believe, I don't know, Chandler, if you may know something a little bit more than I do, but I believe Henry Clay will be coming back, I believe, next year to play in the Pigskin Classic. I believe that's right. And I think they may even be playing Corbin, but I'm not sure yet on that. Here's the big back, Wilson. Wilson bulls his way over the 30-yard line up to about the 33. Red Hounds can only stop the clock one time, and this is it.
Sizemore and Cord on the tackle.
So Steve Jewell says, well, we can't carry him over to next week. We got 1 minute and 28 seconds. We might as well use our last time out now. It's 3rd down and 2. So let's see what we can do. And with this timeout, I want to remind everyone, if you need all your Red Hound paraphernalia, like house flags with the big paw print, go down and see Marcia and Teddy Trosper at the Dixie. Give them a $15 deposit. The flag is total $28.50. They can get that flag made for you through the varsity club and call you and have it delivered to you. Car flags are on sale at the at the same place for $15. If you need hats, shirts, T-shirts, license plates, sweaters, and some of those sweaters, as the season gets a little bit colder here in the football season, are some fine-looking apparel with the Red Hound pride all over it. Guerin now needs 1 minute and 28 seconds. That's Connor High School to run this clock down and defeat the Red Hounds. And Bo Wilson has the ball, and he's going to have a close, and yes, I believe he has enough for the first down, and that should about do it as the clock continues to run with 1:16, 1:15. They stop the clock, and I believe reset the change. Yes, they do. First down, Connor. So as they set the box, it's 1 minute and 10 seconds. Connor will just stand here, take a full 25 seconds or as long as they can anyway. Maybe not take a delay game. Go back to the huddle. No need to. 56, 55 seconds counting down here. So unless something miraculously, a miracle happens right here, it will be the Cougars of Connor High School taking home the Pigskin Classic second game championship here. As we got flags on the flag. As we've got a procedure. Well, he don't know. He's saying procedure.
Oh, well, I'm
saying
sorry.
Procedure.
I thought we had a man step offside.
I believe he was drawn. So it'll be 1st and 15, 43 seconds to go. Clock is stopped now because of the penalty.
Come on, Hounds, pop it right here.
So, like I said before, these young Red Hounds are going to leave everything they've got on the football field. They don't take anything home with them.
Be.
Absolutely. And, of course, we've lost Mike Neal. He's had to go, I believe, onto the hospital, possible concussion. John Sizemore was dinged up a little bit this evening with a stinger. We have seen some of the offensive linemen kind of stung a little bit tonight. It's been a very, very physical football game. Again, you see 8, 9 Red Hounds on the tackle, and they still have the fight in them. Also in that football game for the Red Hounds was number 55. That's Tyler Hart, sophomore. Yes, sophomores make up pretty much the nucleus of this football team.
Well, we got 11, I think, 12 juniors, 11 sophomores, or vice versa.
Okay, so it's a junior sophomore. As the clock counts down, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and the Red Hounds have hanging their heads, but I guarantee you next week as we travel to London, Kentucky to take on the Cardinal South Laurel, those heads will be back up. Get behind these young Red Hounds. Make your way over to Campbell Field and next week, especially make your way to London, Kentucky, to Cardinal Stadium, as these young Red Hounds will take on the South Laurel Cardinals next week, and in London, Kentucky. Well, to wrap it up here, it was the Connor Cougars this evening defeating the Red Hounds 16-7. And real quickly, your assessment, Chandler.
Well, Philip, we got out-muscled. Well, it's nothing we really didn't expect this week because, you know, when they run at you from tackle to tackle, we just don't have the personnel to handle a 3A team. A 2A team, I think, would be different. Next week, we're going to see a 4A team, but it's not a 4A team that's going to run at us like this bunch did. They're going to pass. They're going to spread you out. They're going to try to get you one-on-one pass routes. And, you know, our defense may have a chance to make a sack here and there against Warren or flush him out of the pocket to where he has to throw on the run, which he can be dangerous under those circumstances. Connor has a good team. You know, for their district, you know, we haven't seen anybody else in their district, but you know, they'll do okay. I don't think they're a championship caliber team. Now, not to take anything away from Connor, but from the teams that are in their conference or district, I just don't look for them to be able to win that.
MVP number 32, John Sizemore, just showing true guts and tenacity of coming back after that shoulder stinger. Played his heart out, and he's the MVP for the Red Hounds. For Connor, real quickly, Bo Wilson or Guerin?
Guerin.
Guerin, absolutely. Guerin is the MVP, number 12. He did a lot tonight. He was the all-man for him. He was the quarterback and the team leader. The championship trophy, of course, will go to Connor, and the runner-up will go to the Red Hounds. Well, for myself, this is Philip Russell. Chandler Cook is our color analysis, and for Daniel Junker, our all-around good guy and cameraman who has been here all day long at this football field trying to get ready for tonight's broadcast. We want to thank him for everything, to Falcon Cable, and to all of our sponsors. Join us next week as we'll go on the road to London, Kentucky to take on the Cardinal of South Laurel. Good evening and good day.